Have you ever built something from nothing only to have the people closest to you try to take it away? Imagine spending 10 years pouring every ounce of energy, every dollar, and every sleepless night into a dream. You sacrifice weekends, relationships, and peace of mind. Slowly, against all odds, that dream becomes reality. Your startup grows from a tiny idea into a thriving company. Every success story, every milestone carries your fingerprints. Now imagine your own family deciding you no longer deserve to lead it. You start your tech company with nothing but determination and a vision. The early years are brutal. There are months when you barely scrape by, moments when failure feels inevitable, and countless nights spent wondering if all the sacrifice is worth it. But you keep going. Year after year, the company grows. Clients trust you. Employees believe in your mission. What started as a risky gamble becomes a respected and successful business. For the first time in your life, it feels like everything is finally falling into place. Then your younger sister graduates from one of the most prestigious business schools in the country. Your parents have always favored her. Growing up, she was the golden child. Every achievement was celebrated. Every mistake was forgiven. Meanwhile, you were expected to work harder and ask for less. When she graduates, your parents immediately start pushing for her to join your company. At first, it doesn't seem like a bad idea. She's smart, ambitious, and full of fresh ideas. You convince yourself that bringing family into the business could strengthen both the company and your relationship with her. For a while, things seem promising, but slowly, subtle changes begin to appear. She starts making decisions without consulting you. Then she begins holding meetings you're not invited to. Employees who once came directly to you start seeking her approval instead. Her charisma works like magic. People are drawn to her confidence and polished business school credentials. One by one, key members of your team begin treating her like the future leader of the company. You notice what's happening, but every time you raise concerns, you're told you're overreacting. Then comes the night that changes everything. At a family dinner, everyone is gathered around the table. The atmosphere feels normal until your parents make an announcement. They've been discussing the future of the company, and they've decided that your sister should take over leadership. At first, you think it's a joke, it has to be. But the expressions on their faces tell a different story. They're completely serious. They explain that she has the education, the vision, and the skills needed to guide the company into its next chapter. And you? They think it's time for you to step aside. The room goes silent. You sit there staring at them, trying to process what you're hearing. This isn't some family heirloom. This isn't a business your parents built. This is your company, your blood, your sweat, your sacrifice. Every inch of it exists because you refuse to quit. Yet somehow, the people closest to you believe they can simply hand it over to someone else. You try to reason with them. You explain everything you've done to build the company. You remind them who created it, but their minds are already made up. In their eyes, your sister is the future, and you're standing in the way. That's when reality finally hits. You can't trust them anymore. Not your parents, not your sister, not anyone involved in their plan. So instead of arguing, you do something unexpected. You stay quiet, very quiet. While everyone assumes you're accepting defeat, you're actually preparing for war. You know the company better than anyone. You know which clients generate the most revenue. You know which employees are truly essential. You know where the strengths are and where the vulnerabilities hide. And if your family wants the company so badly, they're about to discover what it actually takes to run it. Over the following months, you move carefully. You create a new company, you strengthen relationships with your best clients. You speak privately with trusted employees. You build a foundation strong enough to stand on its own. Piece by piece, the future is taking shape, and nobody sees it coming. Then the day finally arrives. While your parents and sister are busy planning their takeover, you make your announcement. You're resigning. The room erupts with confusion. Then comes the second bombshell. You've already launched a new company, and many of the most valuable contracts, key clients, and top-performing team members are coming with you. The silence that follows is unforgettable. Shock turns into anger. Anger turns into panic. But by then, it's too late. Every move has already been made. Every detail has already been planned. There is nothing they can do to stop it. You walk away and start fresh. The new company grows rapidly. Clients remain loyal. Employees thrive. The business becomes stronger than ever. Meanwhile, the old company struggles. Without its most important relationships and strongest talents, the cracks begin to show. The people who thought leadership could simply be handed over discover a harsh reality. A company isn't just a name on paper. It's the people, trust, and experience that keep it alive. In the end, the takeover they worked so hard to create becomes their biggest mistake, and the betrayal that was meant to destroy you ends up becoming the reason you succeed even more. What would you have done if you were in his shoes? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more unbelievable betrayal and revenge stories.